right, we are back. Dynasty Trades in 5. I'm Clay.
I'm Shane.
I am not facing felony charges for battery with a serious bodily injury.
No, you're not. No, you're not. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, we are going to be doing a trade show tonight. We do a few different types of shows. Tonight's straight trade show. We do a strategy show like the last one we dropped, and also some individual player shows as well. So let us know if you like this one. Give us the like, your thumbs up, subscribe, and definitely comment below with your thoughts on these trades. We like engaging with you guys. We answer all the comments. So, all right, guys, you ready to roll? You got your trade hats on?
Let's trade.
Let's trade. All right, let's start with RBs. So you got Najee Harris or the 101 and the 23 first.
See ya, Najee.
What'd you say, Scott?
Pick's easy. Not even close.
Not even close?
I was leaning when it was the 101. Like, all you needed to do was give me a little bit extra. You wanted to go ahead and give me that whole extra 2023 first. Oh, he gone.
Okay, how about Javonte or Josh Jacobs and the 103?
That's closer. I think I'd still like the well, you know what? Let's go with the Javonte side.
You're going to gamble.
With the caveat that I'm looking at trying to have some flexibility with that 103. If I'm looking at having to pick a running back and just going for the 2-for-1, that's where you may prefer just the singular asset. I think you can go both ways. I think that's a much fairer trade than the one you proposed with Najee.
The only thing with Javonte is, can I get more? Can I get more? I'm greedy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I could get more, but feet to the fire. I've already made a bunch of offers in my league. This is the best I can do. I'm happy with this as a cash out on Javonte.
Here's an interesting one. So Saquon or Michael Carter and a 23 first?
I still go Saquon, and that's tough because I got the 23 first. But I like when you say Saquon because Shane rolls his eyes, and then you say Michael Carter and he rolls his eyes even more.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm taking the 2023 first. Michael Carter as the other asset that I will immediately flip. When's his hype season going to pick up a little bit? Before the draft. Let's give him before the NFL draft.
Pretty much immediately, right?
Yeah.
So do you think you'll be able to get a late first in this year's class for Michael Carter on the clock?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I feel like I definitely don't want Saquon, though. Michael Carter's probably going to outproduce Saquon next year anyway, and then that 23 first I know is going to outproduce both of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I said it. Good. Comment below.
All right. So how about Cam Akers and Hollywood or Nick Chubb and Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Ooh. I kind of feel like I'd rather have the Akers and Amon-Ra St. Brown side, or the Cam Akers side and the Marquise Brown side. I think I can probably get more for Akers than I can with Amon-Ra St. Brown, even though those are the two pieces that are actually trading right now. I think I'd lean the Akers side, but that's close.
So Shane, Akers and Hollywood or Nick Chubb and Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Man, it should be Chubb because Chubb's infinitely better than Akers, but Akers has top 4 running back potential. If he comes out, or at least, I don't know that he has that potential. In the eyes of the community, he has that potential. If he comes out and has just a decent Super Bowl, like, I don't know, runs for like 3.8 yards a carry, people are going to lose their mind. Like, they're going to be doing the robot. Like, they're going to be that crazy Twitter gif when the guy's like, oh. So that's what's going to happen. Hold on to Akers so I can trade him a little later.
That's a square deal, I think.
No. Okay, here's Shane's guy. Miles Sanders or Devin Singletary in the 203?
I think I got to go Singletary in the pick just because I'm kind of hedging my bets. Singletary can easily outproduce Miles Sanders, so he did this year. Take the free pick.
You already know the answer. There's no reason to discuss this.
Say it.
Devin Singletary in the 203.
Eagles fan. Okay, moving to wide receivers. Okay, here's a guy we haven't talked about in a while. Calvin Ridley or Juju and the 202?
Juju in the 202.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty close. I would take Ridley over Juju, but you're throwing me the extra shot at another receiver or whatever's in that range. So yeah, I like that.
Okay. Next one is DK Metcalf and Pat Fryermuth, or Terry McLaurin and George Kittle.
Metcalf and Pat Fryermuth.
Same, Shane?
Yeah. Metcalf is he's still a guy that has top 4, top 3 wide. He's still one of those guys that can be the wide receiver one. Terry McLaurin, I do not see that in his range of outcomes. And though Kittle is infinitely more talented and should be the best receiving tight end in the league, Mike Shanahan's not going to allow that to happen because Kittle just also happens to be one of the best blocking tight ends in the history of football. So,
all right, sounds good. All right, here's one: DJ Moore, or the 108 and the 201.
Not DJ.
Yeah, I think we've talked before about if you're going to get one of those like second tier receivers that's not like top 4, top 5, if you can get them for a top 6 pick, I'm willing to do it. So 108 is outside that range, and you're basically just giving up the extra shot at the 201. That could be, you could be pissed you traded that away, or you could be like, I'm glad I did that deal because I'm not even going to get one player with the 2 picks I like better than DJ. So I agree with Shane. Give me DJ.
DJ Moore, the 106 right now.
I think I take DJ still. Because I don't think I'm getting one of the top 2 receivers at the 106. I think they'll both be gone.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, the top 2 receivers and the top 2 running backs. And then we get into DJ Moore might not be what I wanted him to be yet, but he's still been like a top 15 wide receiver, which ain't bad. So I'll hold on to DJ.
I can't quit DJ Moore, man. Okay, AJ Brown or Michael Pittman and Chase Claypool.
Ooh.
How many are we starting here?
Starting 10. I should have said that a while back too. 12 team Superflex, start 10 PPR, unless otherwise specified.
I'm going AJ Brown because again, he's a guy that in the realm of possibilities, he's one of the 5 guys that I can see being the wide receiver one.
Yeah, I think if in a start 10, I would go AJ Brown, and because you also have to think of this deal of you're freeing up a roster spot. Now, if it's one of these like 40-man roster leagues where the waivers are junked, then okay. But if it's 25-man rosters, you got to think you're still getting a second piece there, even if it's a, Braxton Berrios spot starter off the waiver wire. You're not taking a 0. So in that case, take the better player.
All right, I like it. How about Godwin or the 106?
I think if everything was fine with Godwin, then if you just told me he wasn't hurt, but he was going to hit free agency, or he was hurt, but he's not going to hit free agency and he's back with Tom Brady, then I would be like, one of the two I could stomach paying the 106 for. But he has like everything up in the air right now. So I know that 106 is at worst going to be, I'm going to have options. Even if I don't get the receiver that I like there's going to probably be some potential that I can get a better player than Godwin. So I think I'd keep the 106.
I'm not stoked about it, but yeah, the 106, and then I'm probably going to try to combine that with something else and get something a lot more safer than Chris Godwin.
All right, let's do a couple tight ends here. So
wait, what about kickers? We ever going to get to the kickers?
Yeah. Kickers are going to be cut from the show though. Okay. So we'll just have a little sideshow talking about kickers, right? And defenses. So tight ends, you going Kittle or Dawson Knox, the 110 and the 201.
Start 10. I'm going Kittle.
I think it comes down to, like we said, no to the other deal with Kittle, right? But I like Dawson Knox, I think, more than most people too. So the question is, like, what can I do with those other 2 picks? If you told me that, what were the other deals? Like I could combine the 108 and the 201 for a top 20 receiver or better, then I'd probably take the Knox side because then that's but I don't have that deal in place. So yeah, it's hard to do a 3-for-1 for a stud in a start 10.
Yeah. And
you have to do all the work on the back end, to consolidate.
Yeah.
And my problem with Dawson Knox is all those touchdowns were fun, but he still only had a 11.5% target share there. I don't see that increasing. Look, on George, I'm just weighing out, like, George Kittle's definitely going to give you some of those days where he gives you 4 points and you're cursing Shanahan and God and everyone else. but he's going to give you weeks where he drops 45
40
points.
burger on you.
Yeah. And I don't see Knox doing that as much. And even their down weeks, I think Kittle's will be better than Knox's.
Darren Waller or Tyler Higbee and Juju?
Darren Waller.
That's a good one. I think I'd still lean Waller though. Same idea.
Because Higbee's useless. He's of no value. We saw he ran a bunch of routes last year. Yes, I know, Scott. You kept reminding me he runs lots of routes. It's just they don't like throwing the ball to him because he's not good with it.
Okay, let's do a few QB ones. So, are you going Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins and Deebo Samuel?
Kirk and Deebo.
Yeah, I think I think Dak and Cousins are, perception-wise, they're not in the same tier, but they're really only like a tier apart for the last 4 years. So I think I'd go Deebo, and then we know exactly what we're all doing with Deebo. It's like, okay, who wants Deebo? I just got another quarterback. Who wants Deebo?
Sale, yeah. What if it were Dak or Cousins and Bateman?
See, now you're getting down into that like wide receiver 3 range where I'm not guaranteed I'm going to be able to even get a first for that player. So I could lean the other way. If you switch that and you said Dak and 2 seconds or Cousins in 2 seconds for Dak, I think a lot of people would say, "Oh, I'd pay the 2 seconds." You know what I mean? So I think I'd go Dak there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Dak there pretty handily.
What are you looking at right now, Shane?
I'm just looking at their ages. I wanted to see how far apart they are. 5 years. Bateman is not enough to make up.
Why are you on incognito mode over there, Shane?
What?
It doesn't actually work, right? Okay. How about Russell Wilson and 223 firsts, or Patrick Mahomes and a 23 second?
Whew. That is really, really tugging at the heartstrings, Clay. Because I think Mahomes is, if you can get 4 firsts for Mahomes, I think it's hard to not do it, especially if it's 223 firsts and a replacement quarterback. I mean, you can see the range of outcomes where you could really smash that deal. You know what I mean? Yep. That's tough.
Okay. I feel like I could trade, and I hate him. I just need to throw that in there. But I feel like I could trade Russ Wilson in one of those firsts and actually tier up at quarterback right below Mahomes and then still have that additional first.
Oh, yeah, I think but that's the flexibility you get with taking the package because, how many teams, if you said I'm putting Patrick Mahomes on the trade block, how many teams in a given league, A, have 223 firsts, B, are willing to trade both of them in one deal and not give away extra pieces? You're still getting a top, let's just say conservatively, a top 12, top 15 quarterback back. You know what I mean? Like that's almost the kind of deal where you just do because you could have that same setup in 10 leagues and 9 of the other people would reject it. So you almost just kind of do it and see where it shakes out.
Well, what if you took so we got in that trade, it was Russ and 223 firsts or Mahomes in a second. Okay. What if you were to take Russ and one of those 23 firsts and turn that into Burrow? So essentially it's Burrow and a 23 first or Mahomes. Does that make it sound more Mahomesian, or would you still be in on that?
That's probably exactly what I would do. As soon as I made that trade, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm holding one of these 23 first, but this other 23 first and maybe even a second and Russ are out of here. And I'm going to go try to get me to Joseph Burrow, but I'll wait until after he wins the Super Bowl. I'll let that shine run down a little bit, like a few weeks after that.
I mean, right now I want all the pieces in my hands, but then as we get closer to the season, I can start looking at those rosters and say, what do I want to do with those 23 first? Because as much as I'm almost every deal we talk about, it's like, give me the 23 first. But I don't want to hold every single one of these picks and be stuck actually having to make all these picks. So there's going to have to be a time where we shift our minds to, hey, I have 423 first. I need to kind of pick which one I want to trade away and pick where I want to attack to upgrade. And whether that's quarterback, whether that's running back, you have to kind of pick your spots. But I like that. I like that flexibility of being able to trade. You can really consolidate you can dominate the 23 first if you make like 2 deals like that.